Hello beautiful people, my name is Kira, aka Words by Kira, and in this video I'm going to discuss the amazing healing benefits from creativity. So if you're interested and you want to hear one of my poems at the end, then keep on watching. Alright y'all, I have been totally immersing myself in creativity in my downtime. So how I even got inspired to do this video is because I recently watched the amazing late great Toni Morrison's documentary entitled American Masters, Toni Morrison, Pieces of Me. And I absolutely love this documentary. She discussed how writing became her career and different influences that she absorbed in order to get to where she was, and how she really was dedicated to creating her work to be focused on the Black perspective. And she didn't want to talk to Black people, she wanted to talk with Black people, which I think is incredibly powerful. Toni Morrison, one thing that stood out in the documentary to me, I mean amongst many others, but one thing that I thought was relevant for this video is that when she was a teacher and she was teaching creative writing, she told her students to not write what they know. I think often as writers we're influenced to write what you know, it's gonna be natural, you're gonna have more to say, it's gonna feel more real, which is absolutely true, but Toni actually challenged her students to write about what they don't know and to invent things and to really dive into a different part of their personality to bring forth something that they never wrote before. So for instance, with Song of Solomon, she was writing from a male perspective, which she had never done before, and I think that's incredibly powerful. And a writing prompt that if you're interested in, maybe you could write about if you lived on a different planet and what the world would be like there. What would your existence be like there? I think that can really open the door to you writing a completely different story than you've ever written before and still make it relatable from your point of view. So that's one great inspirational idea I got from the Toni Morrison documentary. And now I just want to list some things that I've noticed, and I've also done a little bit of research. I'll put the link in the box. It was a Tiny Buddha website post that inspired me to list out these different healing effects of creativity. Number one, when you create something, you're taking an internal idea and you're bringing it out into the open. You're making it external. So now you are experiencing something that's deep inside of you when you look at your own work, and then if you decide to share it with other people, now they are able to experience something that was once in your brain, in your body, and now you've brought it out into the real world in a tangible way for others to enjoy and see. That is incredibly powerful. Incredibly powerful. Next, I mean, we already know you're expressing yourself. And how dope is it to express yourself, to get what you're feeling out on the table and to really say the things that you think and feel? There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. Also, throughout 25 years of research, studies show that even just absorbing creativity and experiencing it reduces anxiety and depression. Who doesn't want to do that? Who doesn't want to reduce anxiety and depression? I know I do. I'm sure you all do too, whoever's watching. So I think it makes me think too, you know, when you watch a certain movie and you get all the feelings and you're like, oh, this is touching my heart, or even a commercial where you're tearing up and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm literally tearing up from this commercial. That's creativity. That is art. Or if you look at a certain visual art, it gives the same feeling to your soul. You can't even really express it into words. Y'all know what I mean. Y'all know what I'm saying. And the other point that I want to make is when you are using creativity, it's also incredibly healing. Incredibly healing, because you're getting your feelings out, and a lot of times it could be super cathartic because it could be something deep inside, a feeling that you have, and now you're bringing it out into the light and you're kind of working through your emotions in that regard. So it's incredibly healing. Okay, so seen. Now people are seeing your work. You're bringing it from inside to outside, or you're just showing yourself. So now you're more seen. You're shining more brightly, expressing yourself. When you express yourself, you become more of who you are. When you're able to stand up and say, this is how I feel, this is how I think, this is what matters to me, that's who you are. That's a lot of what makes you you. And lastly, healed. When you're healed, now you're a better version of yourself, and when you go out into the world, you're treating people better, you're also receiving better treatment. When you're healed, it's a domino effect because you're showing others how to get through their stuff and how to be the best version of themselves, and it's very encouraging. So that's another huge benefit of creativity. All right, y'all, I am now going to share a poem that I wrote in 2012. It was for a creative writing class. I wrote it for the class and I really enjoyed it, but I never even read it out loud. I literally never read it out loud. It was an online course that I did during the summer so that I could graduate on time, and I got feedback from my classmates, feedback from my teacher, and I remember I wrote multiple versions of it, but this was my favorite version. It's not long at all, so I'm just going to read it. It's entitled Growing Pains. I used to drown in ignorance, unaware of my true potential, but now I am gasping for knowledge, as if the truth were air. There are friends I've left behind. They represent the past me. Change has become my savior as I move forward forever. Growing pains is the cost of the relationships that died, but divine wisdom is my reward, and true love is now by my side. That was a poem that I wrote. It's like, dang, Kira, why that didn't see the light of day for years. 2012, y'all. It's 8 years later, and I never shared that before. So I say, if you have any creative juices flowing, and there's so many different ways to be creative, y'all. It doesn't have to just be dance, instruments, writing, singing, visual arts. It can be organizing a dope meeting like nobody can. Shout out Corinne. It can be thinking of a new way to fix a problem. It can be so many ways. Journaling. There are so many different ways. Cooking, being a chef, or it could be you're just a regular person trying to make amazing food that fits your taste buds. That's creativity in my eyes too. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video, and I hope that it inspires you to absorb more creativity. Matter of fact, share any really interesting, beautiful, creative things that you've been watching, whether it's painting, movie, podcast, documentary, music, anything. Please share it in the comments below, and I'm sure everyone who's watching will be really, really grateful that you decided to share some art that you've been watching. Or share your own art. I would love to see what my subscribers are watching or creating. That would mean a lot to me. So if you want to, no pressure, just add it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, y'all. And just know that you shine, you are beautiful, and your work matters, your thoughts matter. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you.